Hi, everyone. I'm going to introduce my full name. My name is Gabriela Serena Sanchez. Y'all thought I was going to keep going, right? Y'all sorry, okay? So I know, I got the shortest name in the Latina cloud of archives, you know? My name must feel like Tiffany, right? Wanting to expand. Yeah, we didn't get that luck. But you know, the people that know me don't really call me Gabriela, you know? And so I hear more of the interchangeable sounds of Gabi, Gabby, Gabs, Gabuski, Chingencha, My sister's a playwright. She's super dramatic. One of my favorites is Yongi or Graciela. When I call my dad on the phone and he's like, hi, sweetheart. And I'm like, hey, Poppy, you know, Gabriela is nowhere to be found. So if you see her, let me know, okay? Fuck around and find out having a legal name and not even using it. Can anyone else in here relate? Well, I think the one nickname that resonates the most with me is Gab. Gab, because in fifth grade, my fifth grade teacher would look at me and she'd be like, you really got the gift of the Gab, you know? And later on in life, I realized she was telling me to shut the fuck up in class, you know? But yeah, fuck around and find out, marrying a Latino from New York City, and I bet you a cheesesteak, not a chopped cheese, that y'all got at least one tia with the same motherfucking name. And for clarity, I married that man. He's here today, Jose. For us, it was our Titi Mia. And by the way, that wasn't even their real name, like their legal name, and we thought it was our whole lives. Joke's on us. And so, yeah. But for me, like my Titi Mia, September marks her 1-year anniversary of her death. And she would call me Seda, right? And she would call me Seda because my father's name is Cedo. And I was like, oh, how cute, like how clever, Seda. So imagine, it's 1999, and I'm walking out of the ducky block of a bodega called Greenies on the Waterloo in Berks, right? And I got this fat-ass pickle in my hand. A fat-ass pickle. And it came from like one of them water cooler majingy thingies in the corner of the store. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, that shit was that shit was unsanitary, right? But that shit was delicious, okay? I had to get my practice on at a young age. Y'all nasty, okay? But yeah, I also had like this black plastic bag stacked to the top. I had chips, I had chocolate, I had Sour Patches, I had a hug. If you know, you know. And, I have it stacked because, I don't discriminate. I never had, clearly. I like all the flavors. Hey, let me not go down. I may rip these pants. But, all the flavors. And, even a little phallic, Hey, Dios mío, perdóname. I was a nasty little John. But yeah, Pero, I was walking out of the bodega, and all I hear out of nowhere is, Seda! And I'm like, who's coming for this bag of goodies? Who's coming for this pickle? Hey. It's probably that man over there. But no, in Puerto Rico, nicknames come usually from like physical features, family traditions, like example, right? There's like flaco, translation like skinny ass, There's gorda, translation like fat ass. There's, negra, what is it? Cabrón, mamabicho. I'm not translating that one. That John is nasty. And then I learned one from Cardi B, cuerpo de yuca. Cuerpo de yuca. You got ate some yuca over there. That means like body of root vegetable. like terms of endearment, terms of endearment. And so, my tia Rosa, my titi Mia's mom, she would call me Bonbon. Bong, bong. Like, imagine me walking down the street, bong, bong, And I learned that bonbon is like one of those round peppermint candies that you suck on. And then like as I grew older, like it morphed, and I'm really embarrassed to say this, but the name bonbon morphed into bomboto. Bomboto. Like, first of all, did I grow in sucking size as I aged? Like, I went from bonbon to like bomboto, like, wow. My titi Jeannie, she, before she passed in her last years of life, she had cancer, and she would call me Diva Dog. And I'm like, oh, and the reason why she would call me Diva Dog was because I did this like really weird thing. When I would see her, I would ask for la bendición, her blessing, with tradition, and then I would just like growl in her ear, and I would be like, and I know it's like really weird. I'm letting you in on some family secrets. So it was like really weird, but it was our thing, And I think for me, my younger self, I believe I was trying to make her laugh during a really hard time in her life. And so has anyone in here ever tried to make someone laugh during a hard time in their life? Yeah? So all you have to do, is go, and like, you're welcome. But the OG nickname that she would have for me was Culi Cuadra. So she would go, mira, Culi Cuadra, tráeme eso encima de eso. And I was like, wait, that's really confusing. For my Latinos in the room, you understand how confusing that sentence is, right? Like, tráeme de eso encima de eso. So, like, my aunt was telling me to bring her the thing on top of the thing. And I'm like, she pretty much invented the word John in Spanish, But what was even more confusing was that she called me Culi Cuadra, which means square butt. And I'm like, oh, hey, square butt. Oh, yeah. No, but fucking seriously, square butt? Like, out of all fucking nicknames in the world, square butt? Like, how does a square butt walk? Do you suck in your cheeks and walk like this? Like, or maybe like this? Maybe I should stop trying to mimic a square butt, because if I embody the square butt, I am the square butt. And yeah, so what I have learned is that nicknames can be super traumatic and traumatizing. But I wore my nicknames like badges of honor. And what I would give to hear those nicknames again from my tias. So can y'all help me? We're gonna go over them. So it's Culi Cuadra, Bomboto, Bonbon. What's the other one? Diva Dog. And Seda. All right, fun fact before I leave y'all. At the age of 10 years old, I learned something life-changing from a telemarketer, right? And it's because I hung up on this telemarketer. This telemarketer was calling for a doña, or a lady, named Gabi Sanchez. And I was like, okay, bye. Like, no one lives here with that. And I hung up that rotary dial phone that cramped my finger, but prepared me like that pickle, eh? But my mom was really pissed off with me because I hung up that phone, and I had told her that they were looking for someone named Gabi Sanchez. And she was like, Gab, that's your father. His real name is Mercedes, not Cedo. And I was like, what? Like, all the paperwork signed Cedo for 10 years of my fucking life? I swear the birth certificate has Cedo. It was a true Puerto Rican plot twist. That's my time today, y'all. Thank you for being here.